10.
Thank you very much. Let's look into the current state of the sector, and we've heard about the challenges facing retailers. Are those generally shared by the food and beverage sector? And what sector specific challenges do you face? Ms. Horn?
We're part of what's defined as casual dining. I can only really speak for Nando's, but if I talk about our business, we are 25 years plus in the UK, 400 plus restaurants. We've grown sustainably over that time. We have a very successful brand, we have a very big customer base. And at this present time, whilst we do understand that the sector is challenged, as we have been, we are in a relatively strong position. We've never closed a restaurant in that 20 odd years, and at the minute have no line of sight to ever doing so at the moment. So for us...
what do you attribute that to, by the way?
I think we're very focused on a few things that are very important to us. We have food that people love, we have teams that people love interacting with, we have beautiful spaces that we bring people to, we create communities and we create a sense of feeling at home. We are an experience and we enjoy doing that, so I guess people are responding to that and we're responding to them.
Okay, and Mr. Emeny?
Yeah, in a competition we've been around 173 years, so it might slightly trump Nando's, although I do think Nando's is fantastic, so well done. Actually, what's really interesting listening to the previous conversation with retailers is that our challenges are very different. And so at Fuller's, our challenge actually isn't whether we can entice customers to come out to our pubs. Fortunately, we're reasonably successful at what we do. The biggest challenge we have is around taxation, in the fact that our pubs in this country pay the third highest duty rates in Europe. Tax that we have around business rates is crippling for our industry. And the second biggest challenge that we have as an industry and as a company is around recruitment and development of people. Because unfortunately the UK hospitality for many isn't seen as a long-term career option, and that's something that we need to overcome as an industry. And
just very briefly, is Brexit having any impact in terms of staff?
Absolutely, already. I mean, the day after the referendum result was a tough day for our many colleagues in the business who work in the EU. Ever since then, it has become harder to find skilled kitchen staff to work in our outlets.
Is that likewise for yourself, Ms.
I think we're probably slightly different. We employ 16,000 people. We are worried and have been worried for the considerable number who come from overseas who work with us, as well as our own team. Recruitment is challenging, particularly in transient areas of population. Okay. We, so far though, are remaining successful. When we open restaurants, we have a considerable number of people who do apply to us. Okay.
I mean, this committee, by the way, has been looking very much into the health and vibrancy of high streets, and we've had the pleasure of going to the likes of Stockton and Darlington last week as well to savour their delights. But how does the health and vibrancy of the high street affect your pubs and restaurants and the evening economy? And also, does it actually matter to you, given that you're operating mainly outside normal working hours?
I'll go first. One of the things we understand about Nando's is we are often the second reason, or the bridesmaid to the bride, I guess is the phrase. So we operate well where people congregate together. So there's usually a main pull, a cinema, retail park, high street, with mixed communities. We're never the sole reason that people go. So thriving spaces, public spaces, thriving high streets are really key to us, and really key is the frequency at which people choose to go and the access, both public transport and their own private means to actually get there. All of those things are critical, but of course we care about those communities.
Good. Mr. Emeny?
Yeah, people go to pubs or our pubs for a variety of reasons. They may be working in offices nearby, they may be using the high street as a transport hub, or they may live nearby. And the reason it's equally important to us is if you take away the proportion of our customers that use a pub because they're shopping, because of the issues that I said earlier with taxation, it really can make sites marginal. And if high streets become shopping ghettos and just simply become full of offices, it will affect the viability of our business. So we do have a vested interest in high streets remaining or returning to some sort of vibrancy.